What up, though? Welcome to the TheConclusionIDrew podcast, and I'm your host, Drew, and I'll be giving you the best interviews with the livest takes, and from the TheConclusionIDrew, you can draw your own.
Everybody else know me as Nemo, but my real name is Nehemiah Smith. That's what you know. That's my government. I'm gonna give it to everybody, but
for sure. Shout out you. Let's start this off. Where you from? Where you was born and raised?
I was born and raised in Atlanta. I know a lot of y'all think I was from Cobb, but I actually been. I was born in Atlanta. I'm a whole Grady baby.
So.
Whole Grady baby. Lived in Zone 3 Inglewood until I moved to Cobb. I moved to Cobb around by
Where's Zone 3 Inglewood at?
Close to Hill Street. It's by the zoo where the old Braves Stadium.
Yeah, I know where you. Yeah. I know where that's about.
Yeah, right by the Federal Penitentiary. That's where I'm from. Right there in front of the Federal.
Okay, by McDonough Boulevard and all that shit over there.
Yeah, not too far.
Okay.
Matter of fact, very close. Exactly.
Okay, so how was growing up? You grew up with some siblings, mother, father.
Yeah. I got 4 brothers, and I grew up with my cousins too. My cousins grew up with us too. So it was my 4 brothers, my 4 cousins, my mom, and my dad. But my dad left when I was like 11. And that's when my stepdad came. My stepdad been there ever since. So
we gonna talk about that later on.
Okay.
Me and you had a debate one time, and I want you to elaborate. We ain't gonna debate today, but I want you to say what you said. Cause a lot of people need to know that.
I got all night, but so that's how that story goes. And then I moved to Cobb. Shout out to the North Side. You know, I've been out there for a good minute since like middle school. So went from Marietta to Marietta Middle, Marietta High, Franklin Road, to we moved closer to Westminster. So we moved to Westminster. So then I ended up going to Wheeler.
Yeah.
And
that's where you graduated from, Wheeler?
Actually, I didn't graduate.
Damn.
Yeah,
and that's ironic that you are a business owner and you did not graduate high school.
I didn't graduate. I got kicked out of school in like the 10th, 11th, the 10th grade. It was 11th.
You ain't try to get your GED?
I did. I went to college.
That's what I got, and I went to college too. Yeah. That's crazy.
So, so that's how that happened. Like I said, I got my GED. Actually, ironically, I started getting my GED when I was locked up, because when you locked up, the GED is actually free.
Yep.
You don't have to pay for it. So, I just had to get out. When I got out, I only had to take one more test, and that's how I got my GED. So I got my GED like that, and after that, I went to college.
Facts. I went to DeKalb Tech to get my GED, and I went to Chat Tech.
I went to Cobb. It's right over there. It's right by Chat Tech, actually, where I finished getting my GED at. A regular person just like the rest of y'all. Hey.
No, not necessarily. It ain't a lot of niggas our age that got their own business, bro. You is not a regular nigga. Don't say that no more.
Man.
But how was your childhood? Like, was you and your siblings fighting each other? Like, how was growing up?
It was all boys. Except my sister, so that's all we did.
Y'all was busting heads like a motherfucker.
Yeah, we wasn't as close as I would have rathered us been, but it was such an age difference. You feel what I'm saying?
How old are your siblings?
Well, my little brother 29. Of course, I'm 30.
Y'all the same age.
We right there.
Yeah.
But my big brothers, they're like 34, and my sister 35. So they was in
on some shit that y'all wasn't on.
So they was in a whole different age bracket. And a lot of us left home when we was young, so kind of separated early. But I mean, we close now.
When y'all was teenagers, they was kind of slick adults, and they was getting the fuck on.
We had to be like 13, 14.
Yeah.
One of my brothers left really both of them left when it was like 18. So.
That's good shit. I wish I had a big brother. I was the big brother, and that shit wasn't easy.
And you know that I thought the whole time I thought your brother was your big brother.
That's crazy. A lot of people think that. I'm a year older than him. I'm 30 and he 29, like you and your brother.
Nobody knew. I think a lot of people thought that was your big brother, and that was your little brother. But.
Facts. Me and you had a debate one time. about stepdads. I don't believe in stepdads. What is your theory on stepdads?
Look, man, if it wasn't for my stepdad, it wouldn't have been on me for real. Like, that man was God sent. Like,
you the one who changed my opinion on that. So tell the people what you told me.
My real dad left when I was 11. My stepdad came in. I'm not even gonna lie. We gave him hell. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we gave that man hell.
As you supposed to, nigga. You trying to get my mama, nigga. This everything to me.
Yeah, it was even past that. It was just on some rebellious shit. Like, we just wanted to be stupid acting just because, you know. So all of us kind of gave him, but me and him was actually the closest out of all my brothers. You know what I'm saying?
You respected him more than they did.
Not even. We just had a lot in common. Like, he bought me my first pair of real Jordans. Like, I'm talking about, and I can't make this story up. Like, this dude was selling Jordans out his trunk. I didn't know nothing about shoes for real. I only knew if it had a Nike sign or a Jumpman, it was a Jordan or a Nike. I didn't know about retros, none of that. I grew up poor.
Yeah.
So all that stuff was new.
Like
to me.
most of us did.
Yeah. So all that stuff was new, and I was about to buy the shoes out of the trunk. My stepdad pulled up. 'Cause I asked him for the money. He pulled up and looked at it. He said, "Nah, these fake. Come on, we going to the mall." He put me in the car. We went to the mall, and he bought my first pair of Jordans. That's how I got my first pair of Jordans.
Stepdad did some OG shit.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? So,
hey, bro, you ain't finna get these bullshits. I'm finna take you to get the real deals.
So even past that, man, like, he just always been there. Like, student dues need at my graduation, everything. If I fell off, he was there. Anything, like, he the one. I'm not gonna lie. My stepdad, my mom always loved me. She always did what she could. But my stepdad, he was the one that spoiled me. He the one that changed my whole perspective on clothes and cars and shoes. Like, even to this day, like, if I go to the mall, I don't really go to the mall with nobody else but my stepdad. Like, me and him, like, have shoe wars.
He your partner on the shopping shit.
Yeah, so, man, like, that's our personal thing. Like, we going to the mall, we looking at the Forces and the J's together, like, it's my time.
You like these?
Yeah, I'm talking about. But see, I feel like I created a monster now because, man, I'll be pulling up on them out of nowhere, and then this man got a box in the mail with a "Just Do It" sticker. I'm like, some more? So
at growing up, did you like kind of patent your game, like being a man after him?
Nah, I always been my own man, and I always been one of them type who had to learn everything the hard way. I'd rather be in the fire than try to go around it. Fact. Sometimes it was good for me, sometimes it was bad for me, because sometimes I could have just learned, but I'd rather learn myself. You know, I've always been one of those people of understanding. Like, I have to understand myself before I could just say, okay, I can do it just because you told me. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So
you telling me ain't good enough. I gotta actually show myself.
But he did teach that everything don't have to end with an argument. You know, my real dad argued a lot. He fussed a lot. So he taught us that, you know, you can actually talk to somebody without having to raise your voice and all that. So, you know, that was a very big thing in my life that actually helped. So, yeah, now my stepdad been around. Well, I call him my dad now.
Yeah.
He been around 21 years.
All right, I got 2 more questions before we get out of that topic. Do your real dad have a problem with you calling him dad?
I wouldn't care, because you chose your, like, just because you and my mama failed don't mean that you were supposed to fail to follow your kids.
Fact. So
I wouldn't care if he did or didn't, to be honest with you.
Well, I don't even have no last question because you asked both of them in one. So, told us you ain't finished high school. You got any degrees in college? Or?
Oh yeah, I got my accounting degree.
Okay, you got an accounting degree.
Yeah, so my degree has nothing to do with my career. Well, I mean, it helps because doing accounting, I don't have to hire an accountant. I can handle it myself. Doing accounting, so I mean, it helps, of course, but knowing accounting helps anything.
Yeah,
you know,
any business you got, so it deal with money.
I've been able to do taxes and everything just based off my career.
Yeah, everybody out here doing taxes now. You
I
need
quit.
you need to get in motion.
Man.
Shit, these folks going crazy.
TurboTax out here ruining folks' lives.
All right, so I got a funny but serious question.
Okay.
How is it that you went from being in the club fighting, damn near fighting the security, to becoming a security guard yourself?
Man, so I was 18. This the story that started off.
Yeah, this young nigga shit. All
This story started off complete. This started the security thing off completely.
Mm-hmm.
I was 18. I was bagging groceries at the Food Depot on Windy Hill.
Shout out to Olive Springs and Windy Hill.
Facts. So I'm over there bagging groceries. Big Hawk. Shout out my boy Big Hawk. He the Big Hawk, if you don't know him, that's the guy who used to work with Zeke, Big Steve. They used to work together.
Big Steve. I don't know Zeke or Big Hawk. But
Yeah,
shout out to them.
I think if you know him, you'll know him if you've seen him. Big Zeke was the one who passed, who was Ray Schmurder security.
I think I seen
He
him.
the one that passed. Long live Big Zeke. You know, he was one of the three security that I actually had a respect for. Him, Big Steve, and Big Hawk. I had a different respect for because.
You want to know who the OG security? I always tell him this every time I see him.
Who?
Warren. You probably don't know him, but he used to be security at all of the clubs, bro. And when I was like, he was like the OG security. Niggas like 18, 19 now, they look at you how I looked at him. Every time I see bro, I be like, what up, OG?
But yeah, but see, my OG security while I was Big Steve and
Big Steve, the bald head dude, ain't he?
Yeah, with the one who do Siree. Siree.
Yeah, I know him.
Big Zeke used to keep us so far out of trouble because we used to go in there terrorizing. So back to the question.
When you was 18.
So Big Hawk walked in there. He was like, "Hey, you ever thought about doing security?" And I laughed at him. I'm like, "Yeah, security? No." Like you just said, we was the same way. We used to punch on security.
Nigga, I'm thugging. Security.
Security. And he was like, "You can make $10 an hour." Now at the time, back in groceries, I'm only making $7.25.
$10 an hour at 18. Good.
Sounded great. You feel what I'm saying? So.
And I get to party doing the shit.
Right.
Like,
so I started looking at the situation like, oh, I get to be around females. You know, I get to kick. So I said, bet. And he was like, you get paid that night. So all that stuff was like, okay, that sounds good. First place I ever worked was the Red Train. I worked at the Red Train. And I feel like I was already built for this because I was already good at it. And I'm not bragging. I'm being like for real like this dude. But I knew what to look for because it was us.
You great at it, but you great at it because you a slick asshole.
Facts. You can't be a nice security.
You great at it, but it's because you a slick asshole.
But see, past that, I was good at it because I knew what people did.
Some niggas some of these securities be too friendly. When the nigga come to your line, even if you know him, you not smiling at him.
Oh yeah, nah, okay, I ain't got time.
10 niggas behind him looking at, hey, he smiled at him, so this nigga sweet.
Ready for
you
it.
Not doing that.
Oh yeah, I ain't going for none of that. So but like I said, out of everything, I knew I could do the job because I knew what to look for. I knew what the body language was before you fought. I knew how you sneak stuff inside the building. Okay. I knew those are things I knew, especially at the Red Train because we grew up there. So I already knew how everything went over there.
Okay.
Started doing security. It just went like that, but it was a lot of trial and error, especially. Shout out my big brother, my big homie. Shout out my dog Stamp. So
shout out Stamp.
So this is how business happened. That right there was just how security happened. How business happened. Actually, our first play after I left Cobb, I started working at Inferno. It's called Ice Bar now. The one on
It's on the south side somewhere. Yeah, I know what you're talking. It's on like West Fayetteville or something.
Yeah, it's an Ice Bar now. It's called Ice Bar now. We was there in Inferno. So Stamp started working with me. Me and Stamp been doing this together since we started. A lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
Nah. Me and
That's the exclusive right there, y'all. I didn't know that.
Me and Stamp started it. We started together. Like, Paz just, what's the name? Like, I brought Stamp with me to Inferno, and me and him was working on the south side together. Even when I got fired from Inferno, Stamp still worked. But Stamp kind of got out the racket for a minute. And then I started working at this place called La Vie.
I heard of that.
It's called Encore now.
I heard of La Vie before.
Encore is right across the street from the aquarium. It's called Encore now. Real cool spot. I started at La Vie. So, shout out my boy Rock. Rock made me the manager, his manager.
Security manager?
He paid me at $15 an hour. So, since Rock made me the manager, Rock was kind of like all over the place. And he let me pick the team. So all I know is to pick the team I trust.
Facts. I'm going back home to get my niggas.
The whole team. It was me, Stamp, Kiki, ABC. I just pulled Roche. I just pulled my team. I pulled the dudes I know I can trust that if something happened, they got my back.
Facts.
You know, so... and them boys... Look, man, people don't understand... You know, everybody here GMS or even past GMS, you know, everybody got their own thing. You know how, shout out my boy Kiki with his moving company.
Facts. And the coaching.
And the coach. Well, I was going to say that all together because, you know, you got Coach Craft or ABC, however you know. You know, he got his mountain company. Facts. And the coaching. Stamp coaching and, you know.
Security.
Yep, so still security. Everybody just was branching off, but they were doing their thing before they even came and did security with me.
Yeah.
But they still came and helped us.
Yeah.
So Stamp was like, and this is the real exclusive. Stamp was like, bro, you know we can start a company and do this ourselves. I was like, nigga, what? No. He was like, bro, we can do this.
See, he the thinking, man. Why did you say no? You didn't think it was possible?
Because I thought it was a job. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't think business. You know, like, my mind didn't reach that far. I'm not even going to lie to you. My mind didn't reach past black entrepreneurship.
Like,
because
shit, I'm 21. I'm making $15 an hour. I'm cool.
No, we was past 21 at this time. This was like 2016.
Still 15, I'm cool. Shit.
Past that, man, it was good dough money. It was good what? So, you know, we were just like, I was like, nigga, no. I don't know. But, like I said, I had a closed mind to the situation. Stamp didn't. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he just knew that we could do it. So, I was like, it kind of fell in my lap. I still didn't do it. You know, I still was thinking about it, but I didn't do it. And I had grabbed this other job at this place called Metro Cafe downtown. It's a 24-hour restaurant. Should try it. Pretty good food. Metro Cafe. I was over there. I got a phone call. Stamp called me first. He was like, but Rock Cousin just got into it with the owner. So, you know, they might be talking about bringing us in instead of, you know, such and such. So I'm like, okay, you know. So right after that, I got a call from the owner. If you want the contract, it's yours. But if you can't find no other men than his people, then no. I was like, yeah, we good. I mean, I got
my own squad. Yeah,
they my team. You're like, okay, well, you can have a contract. That started everything. So after that, it was Blade. Blade used to
shout out Big Blade,
out the block. Blade was doing what's that strip? Oh, he was doing Platinum, strip club.
Platinum 21.
On Mondays. Yes, he was doing Platinum 21 on Mondays. And I went up there with him and he introduced me to this dude named Twan. Shout out Twan too. Twan was the owner of the city. So,
shout out to the city, man. That thing used to be so lit, man.
Yeah, man. You know them days. But Twan was the owner of the city. And not just the weekend before, Blade had just beat up the city security. And Blade, and I can't make this up, Drew. Blade really came. He was like, now if they security was here, their security would beat my ass. I'm like, nigga, why we beat you? What happened?
Right.
And that's when he told me what happened. And I was like, yeah, and we can beat prices. I told Twan that. So Twan was intrigued.
Oh yeah, my security got beat up, and these niggas can beat the price. Shit,
So
fuck them niggas.
From that day forward, so so this was the second contract. So we had the city, and we had La Vie. So shout out Kiki and Roche and ABC. I can never shout them out enough.
Shout out to y'all three.
So at the time, Stamp had a little legal situation. So he had this dude thought it was appropriate to try to fight him. Broke the dude jaw, went bad.
I think I seen that. It was inside the club.
I don't remember. Man, we fought so much.
I think I seen some shit. I seen some shit.
Man,
Keep
me
going.
and bro them fought so much at La Vie, man. We crashed at La Vie because we didn't know the proper way of doing security. We just knew you try us, it's up there. So
yeah,
that's how we handled it.
Relax, man. We here to party.
We were beating shit. You hear me? Like, between me, Kiki, ABC, we were beating. But, you know, we all grew up, of course, but this was a while back. So, yeah, Stamp had his legal issues, so he ended up getting locked up for that. So, Kiki, Roche, and ABC definitely held down La Vie to a point. They were the first people I considered managers because they would go over there and work and just bring me my cut, and I didn't have to complain. I didn't have to second think what the cut was, and they always looked out. So they always, and then while they was there, it was me and a few other security at the city. So these are our first 2 ever contracts. No different.
So this really fell in your lap.
I'm talking about the hard way.
The easy way, because really you got 2 contracts. The only thing you had to go do was go get your shit straight.
Yeah.
Like,
so
that shit really fell in your lap.
So then after that,
you the GOAT, my boy. That shit fell in your lap.
So then after that, Cobb hit. So, you know, that's when we started getting the contract at Rio and Umbrella Lounge and
that's the
Kennesaw.
first place I ever seen you at Rio.
With doing security.
When I seen you at Rio, I'm just like, bro, like, how the fuck is these niggas that used to be fighting the security?
Cause that was we ended up in Rio and that was a shout out to Lil Mike and Fat Boy. Lil Mike Carey and Fat Boy.
Shout out Lil Mike Carey and Fat Boy, man. Shout out True North.
Yeah, so they made sure that we went over there, cause, you know, Fat Boy always spoke that he felt more safe with us being over there with him. And Mike did too, you know, so it was easier to deal with them situations. We had a lot of discrepancies in Cobb, but, you know, for the most part, it was cool. And y'all don't even know these people, but shout out to Jesus, Venice, and Venom.
Shout out to Jesus and Venom.
Because Venice and Venom, they are, and Angel. Now, if y'all don't know who that is, those are the people who bought Rio and made Luna Lounge.
I ain't never been in Luna Lounge.
Yeah, it looks the same. It's still Rio.
But shout out to Rio. Shout out to it's a whole bunch of money in that complex right now.
So they were the people. They were the Spanish promoters on Saturday, and that's when we went up there on Saturday. Look, I can't make this up. At the door on a Saturday at Rio on Spanish night, I averaged between 600 to 1,500 just off no IDs. Can't make this up.
No Mexicans ain't got no IDs.
Facts.
Wow.
Can't make this up. Now,
no ID trap was slapping.
Yeah. It was the same way at La Vie though, but La Vie, they trap was a little different. La Vie was like on Saturdays. La Vie used to be thick. You hear me?
Like clubs like that in the major city that be popping, you can make a lot of money because the nigga will pay you $100 just to cut.
Yeah. But see, and La Vie was a little different because they didn't charge to get in, but he would allow us to charge them to get in after the club got packed. So me and Snap used to charge like $20 a head to get people in. Man, at the end of the night, me and bro used to split like after I split and giving a piece to the club. We still used to have like 800 a piece. And that's a night. That's not even including our pay
just
for
because
the
y'all
club.
let niggas in.
Yeah, that's it. So
the security trap go crazy.
Oh yeah, it's different. But so yeah, after that, everything boom. Shout out my brother Jamar, Ray, and cause they definitely came in a clutch too, farther in, and my boy Rambo, long live Rambo, who passed.
R.I.P. Rambo.
In October or whatever. There's a lot to come behind that. But yeah, so that's how I fell in my lap. That's how security that's how we went from fighting up security.
That's crazy. All right, next question. You already stated what made you become a security guard.
Right.
But all right, now that's the good side of it. Being a security guard is a dangerous job.
Facts.
So is there ever any nights that you go to work thinking maybe I won't make it home tonight?
You know what? That just started happening recently. I'm gonna be honest with you. That it didn't used to be like that. Now I've been doing security 11 years. I own my own company for 4. It just the middle to the end of 2020 to 2021 just got me to that point.
Where when you leave the house, you gotta take extra precautions
right.
to make sure you gotta make it back home.
Right, because it didn't used to be like that, man. Even with the fights, even with random, we didn't have that many shootouts. We had like a few in the stretch of the time we did, but we didn't, it wasn't nothing where it'd be like, man, this place dangerous. It was never none like that until I started working on ONET. I'm not gonna name none of the clubs that I was working at to a point that got me like that. But what I will say is, it's been a lot of things. I lost a lot of people in 2020 based off club world.
It's a different vibe over there.
It's the vibe is so much different, and it's terrible. The people are cool, man, but it be so much crap in the inside that people don't know. Like, long live my boy Nino, man. That he
R.I.P. Nino.
Nino got killed in front of the club. Well, not Corey, but another Nino, my partner Jawan. He got killed in front of the club or whatever. He got shot. By the grace of God, though, every time this stuff happened, I was never there. But walking into it and seeing people that I was with every day laid out on the ground, and this, that, and the third. Now, working one night, I was at work till like 6:30 in the morning, and this was even before Nino passed. This is what got me to the point of thinking I might not make it home, because it done had me shell shocked ever since. I was waiting on one of my clients to come out. It's like 6:30 in the morning. I'm waiting on one of my clients to come out. It's like 6:30 in the morning, and
so you do personal security too?
Oh, often.
Okay.
Yeah. I was out of town majority of 2020.
Okay, so keep
and
going.
2019.
You was waiting on one of your clients.
Waiting on one of my clients to come out. We on ONET or whatever. It's like 6:30 in the morning. I'm backed up. Like, I'm backed up where you can see my car, and you can see that my tail lights is on. But I guess when you're in the mindset of doing a crime, you're not thinking about the consequence that can come behind it. Mm-hmm. So I watched this truck back up and try to break into one of my clients' car right in front of me. They not seeing that I'm sitting in the car or nothing.
They ain't see your lights on?
They definitely not. They couldn't have been paying attention. Like, my exhaust on and everything. Like, no possible way you could have been paying attention. So I'm watching them try to go to the door, and at first I had to click that this nigga really trying to break into the car. So I jumped out the car. I'm like, get the fuck away from the car, and that's all. So as soon as he turned around, he upped on me. He had his pistol in his hand up, but before he got up on me, I started hitting at him. Boom, 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 boom. I started shooting at him, and he was shooting back at me. It was crazy because, like, say this is my door, my car door, and it's wide open. I'm standing right in the middle. Like, when you first get out your car and you, I was standing right there shooting. One of the bullets actually hit my rearview mirror in the Western. Like, it had to be this close from hitting me. Mm. But he didn't hit me. I hit him, though. He got what he asked for, but...
And that shit happened, like some dangerous shit happened, just you sitting in the car waiting on the client.
That's it. And it's past time for us to leave because it's like almost daylight. So you feel what I'm saying? So I'm not thinking that nothing like that'll happen. You know, I'm thinking that, man, it's just taking forever to get home. You know what I'm saying? So when that happened, you know, that's when it all went bad or whatever. And like I said, I had a few deaths, not while I was right there, but it was a few deaths, you know, based on things that was security issues. Like,
as a security guard, like if you shoot somebody, do it got to go under investigation and all of that shit?
It depends on the situation. It all depends on the situation. Everything is not, you know, black and white like people think in the security world. It's definitely gray areas. You know, we have...
Yeah, I thought that security automatically got off.
Oh, nah, man. We have, what's the name? Some things is meant to, you can get out, some things you can't. Like, our line... Security has the hardest job ever because we're right above the people, but we're right up under the cops. Like, we're in a thin line. So we have to move so precautiously that one thing can get us locked up like a regular person, but another thing can get us off like if we was enforcement. So we got to deal with the crap from both sides.
Facts. One slip up
it's all
this
bad.
way gonna go bad, but one up your way you can get off.
It's all bad. You know, like... And like my brother Rambo, all he was doing was his job. Dude got mad because he didn't want to pay re-entry fee. Re-entry fee $10. $10. If you lost $10, you wouldn't look for it.
Exactly.
And
not at our age now.
Man, that man was older than us. Home looked like he was about 37, 38, easy. And because you got mad, because you got threw out the club, out of your... Because you got to... It's so many things we deal with that a lot of people don't understand. We deal with emotion. We deal with fear. We deal with intoxication.
Y'all deal with niggas on drugs.
We deal with intoxication. We deal with inebriation. We deal with under the influence of drugs, like you said. It's so many things we have to deal with. We have to deal with... The people, like, you have one person who will come in there drunk and act stupid, and the next person right behind them is so broke they ready to sue the club. These are things you don't know going in because you don't know what them folks there for. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So you deal with so much. We deal with so much, and a lot of people. And the biggest issue in the security world, without you even asking, not our answer, is people trying to underpay security. Thinking it's appropriate to pay us the least
amount. What do you
amount
mean? You mean like customers coming in line, or
no.
Like businesses who hire
company.
Okay.
Promoters, businesses, business owners, people who try to find a way to get off.
And that's crazy that they would try to pay security the less when the security is the most important part.
And then wonder why security...
You getting in and out this motherfucker is the
and
most
then
important thing.
And then wonder why that people get half-ass security. Because you want to sit up there and be like, for you to protect my life, I want to pay you $12 an hour. I don't even pay my employees $12 an hour. But for you to protect my life for 6 hours, I want to pay you $12 an hour.
And I pay my employees more than that.
Right. But quick math. $12 an hour at 6 hours. That's $72. Would you risk your life for $72?
No.
You see what I'm saying? So
I'm at the door barely patting niggas down for that.
You see what I'm saying? So I actually pay my security more personally. You know, it depends on your
Alright, so we gonna talk about the next topic. I don't know if you want to talk about this, because I know it's a touchy situation, but you kind of touched on it, but how did Rambo pass? Just get at people how maybe a security story could go bad, or what not to do when you go to the club or whatever. Just get at people a teaching moment.
So I don't really like talking about it, but
I mean you ain't gotta go into detail.
It ain't really that much of a detail to go into. You know, I mean it's a question that, like you said, it can be a learning experience. My brother went to work. You know. dude didn't want to pay for his re-entry and tried to buck up on the promoter that hired my brother. He hired him not a security for the club. He hired him as a personal security for him. So my brother threw the dude out, slung him out. I think personally it was more of a ego / embarrassment.
Always.
But the regular security at that club had to be trash because when Rambo threw the dude out, dude already had a pistol on his
The regular security had to be trash because the promoter knew to hire personal security.
Oh, that's facts. It's crazy. I ain't never think of that like that. But that's okay. Go for that. But the dude had a pistol on his waist. Right in the middle.
In the club.
In the club.
That's crazy.
Because he had to pass getting searched and everything before he even got in the inside. And Rambo pushed him out. Now, the only thing I would personally say that my brother did that I wouldn't have wanted him to do was he went out behind him. So he went out behind him. That's one of the biggest things I always tell security. Once you throw them out, you go back inside.
Did somebody teach you that or did you learn that?
Somebody taught me that because somebody told me that once you go, actually it was a cop, my partner Officer Burks taught me that. Him and Officer Josh from Rio, they taught me that because they said once you actually go outside,
you actually committing a crime.
You're a civilian. You're no longer protected by the club. So, but Rambo just went out there and followed him out. Not even. So while he was following him out, he stopped. The dude actually went around the personal, like there's the guy, one of the club security, Rambo. The dude actually went around Rambo, around the personal security, the club security, and shot Rambo.
In front of people?
Yeah. Nobody did nothing. Everybody just looked away and seen that he was shot.
Nobody called the police or nothing?
Yeah, they called the police. They got it. What's the name?
Nobody try to get the dude. Do all securities like have firearms?
Nah.
Not all of them.
Matter of fact, majority don't. Especially club security.
That's crazy.
If you have firearms, it's in a personal matter. But most clubs inside, you're not even allowed to have guns. You're supposed to be unarmed because it's unarmed security.
Okay.
They called the police. They got the dude.
So he finna go to jail forever just because his pride was fucked up.
But, they got the dude. Tried to rush Rambo to the hospital. He didn't even make it to the hospital. So, that's one of my biggest regrets. One of them. Since I've been doing security. That was one of the things that almost made me give up this
Not being there.
No, just period. Just what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I put him on.
Well, kind of, sort of. He was working at Ice Bar. He only worked there for like 2 days, and I seen him, and I was like, "No, you're better than Ice Bar. Come work for me."
Yeah.
And I brought him with me, and he been with me ever since.
Damn, bro. Rest in peace to Rambo, man.
And it was just like, that was one of those things that almost made... Man, it's a lot of... See, past security, it's a lot of hardship in business.
Facts.
You got to deal with the crossover. You got to deal with people trying to snake you. You got to deal with, people trying to get over just because.
And you want to know something that's crazy? Like, I remembered like this vivid in my head. One time I was in a line at Rio. And I never thought y'all niggas' jobs was dangerous. Because I'm just like, shit, everybody who come to this motherfucker, niggas know. Like, so I'm just in line. The nigga didn't want to pay what y'all was charging.
Right.
Niggas, nigga said something about a gun. You walked straight to your car and got the gun and came back. That's when I realized this shit ain't no game.
Yeah, man. Rio, well, actually, La Vie introduced me to the gun world when it came to security. But Rio, at first, was the closest place I ever dealt with a gun situation with this white boy and this black dude. They went and got a shotgun out the car.
See, that's probably, it was a big black dude. He probably had dread. But I remember that shit. That nigga said something about a girl your ass wasn't playing. You turned around like,
because
fuck
like
that.
you said, we gotta make it home. You know what I'm saying? And it's bad that it get to a point that people don't even care out of their own ego and embarrassment and fear. They don't care what happens to you.
Like, you get to the front of the line and the person tell you a price you don't want to pay. You willing to shoot them to cause your pride hurt. That's bullshit as hell.
But sometimes, as security, you have to check your ego also. Like, it's not always a point where security's supposed to be the toughest person in the room.
I have seen security shit on niggas before.
And
I just be like...
But see, what people got to realize is security is not... Just like the police is not a person, security is not a person. Security is a job. So... who that person was before he put on that shirt or put on that tactical gear, that's who he is after he put that stuff on. See, people
but that's a bad thing too, though.
It's a bad thing with any job.
Because at Rio, motherfuckers was... I know people was just coming up, hey, you been my partner for 15 years. I need to get in for free.
But see...
So it's a bad thing
too. But see, that goes past us. We don't care about that. Because you can't get in on our face. That's that crap little Mike and Fat Boy and them have to deal with more than often. So that a lot of people don't understand.
That, security.
Nah, look, all I do is search you.
So the money has nothing to do with
us. No, we ain't got nothing to do with
money. If niggas understood that, it wouldn't even be no interference between security and the customer.
It ain't about people understanding. It's about people knowing but don't care. They don't care because they just want to find a way to win.
I never knew that though. I thought the money was. I never knew that until just now.
I think your phone died.
Okay.
We good?
Yeah,
okay.
We good.
I
never knew that until now.
Nah, yeah, we ain't got nothing to do with no money. Look, everybody need to know when you come to the door of security, the only thing we might charge you for is a no ID, but that's about as far as it goes. And see, who you are in your background makes you who you are as a security. People like me, Stamp, we don't have to show tough. We know what we're capable of. So to act over aggressive is stupidity.
Exactly.
I don't have to prove to you that I can beat you up. When I know if it's pressure, I can beat you up. But you also, it's just like cops. You also have some of those people who just so happen to end up getting some size, but they always was bitched growing up. So now they got some size and authority where they can do the bitching.
Flex they muscles.
Exactly. So that's the same thing. This is a public lesson. That is the same thing with everything you deal with. I'm talking about cops, security, anything with authority. If you grew up without having authority, you don't know how to deal with authority.
Facts.
So that's what that is. Oh, rewind. Shout out to Luck.
Club? It's a club?
No. Luck.
It's a person?
Yes.
Shout out Luck.
Shout out my dog. Shout out my eyes Luck. Because Luck was the person that introduced me to Jock.
Young Jock?
Mm-hmm. I've done security for Young Jock for almost 3 years, personal security.
Shout out Young Jock. Man, it's going down, man. Tell my boy I said holla at me.
Yeah, yeah, so shout out Luck. I feel like I forgot him. But Luck definitely brought a lot of opportunity security wise to the company.
What's the name of Young Jock Club again?
South Beach.
South Beach. Okay. I be seeing you promoting that and stuff. All right, I got a couple more questions for you before we wrap it up.
Okay.
Who is the most lit person you did security for? Like the one person that you just fanned out, like dog, I'm really around this person.
I would have at first that would have to be Jock.
Jock.
That'll have to be Jock. And the reason that was so important because past Jock brought me around a lot of other celebrities. Like
so Jock was the plug, basically.
And not even just that. Jock just made life fun. Like he introduced me in and out of town. He introduced me to a lifestyle that I wasn't, what's the name for? That's when everybody around the back home, everybody started seeing me like, oh, this nigga Nemo don't do nothing but hang around celebrities. That was bro. Like, because when I was around bro, I was around them. They got to know me. We got close.
Start hiring you, all that shit. Yeah.
Past hiring, just kicking it, hiring, everything.
It's on some homie shit now.
Yeah, so
facts.
The most lit person I ever had to work. Well, I don't know, cause he was definitely lit, but Team Liddy too. Shout out to BRS Cash, Throat Baby.
Okay, Throat Baby.
Yeah, before shout out BRS Cash, the whole Team Liddy, Deuce, Thrax, Trizzy, because before the fame, that's who we first met at La Vie, and we, them boys been booking us for since we started.
So they've been showing love.
Yeah, they definitely have. BRS Cash definitely was. I done had so many great experiences from different people that to answer that question is crazy. Like doing security for Twan was different too.
The owner of the city.
Yes. He showed us a lot of lit times too. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Twan to be the one, oh, it's your birthday? We going out. I'm buying 30 bottles just because you show me loyalty and show love. He wanted them. Yeah, that's my dog. But Jock do the same. Everything. So.
But if you had to pick one, it'd be Jock.
If I had to pick one, it'd definitely be Jock.
Alright, so if you could write your own check, basically everybody free checkbook.
Okay.
The money don't matter.
Okay.
You get to be personal security for one person in this whole world. Who would it be?
Oh.
You're gonna be rich, so the money don't matter.
Right, the money don't matter, so I can just pick the client. Sheesh, that's a great question. And you gonna look at me like, well, you said anybody in the world, though. That goes past music. That's everything.
Everything, anything.
Oh, man.
The most influential person you know, or whoever.
Oh, that's crazy. Sheesh. So many people flowing through my brain.
I know. He like, damn, like I only get one.
Yeah, you caught me off guard with that one. That was a good one. One person you get to do security for. Blank check. Wow.
I got somebody in my head that I think you gonna say, but I don't know.
See, I would pick Lil Wayne, but it'd just be too many drugs going on in one second for me. Like, I couldn't deal with all the weed smoke all day. It'd be like, kill me. To be honest, and I know this might sound crazy, but these are the facts. If I could do security for one person, it would be Chance the Rapper.
Wow, that is very interesting. I thought you was gonna say Barack Obama.
No. I like Barack, but nah.
Why Chance though? That's an interesting pick.
I like how Chance move. He moves so clean, and when I say move clean, he moves as himself. Like, one thing that actually makes me a Chance the Rapper fan is because y'all know me to be one of these. It's somebody who has lived a life but don't take their eye off God. Mm-hmm. That's one of the most important things to me about Chance. Like, he can still make music talking about Jesus, but at the same time talking about something else. That shows that everybody who believes in God is not perfect. Mm-hmm. We still are regular people too. So it would be Chance.
Hey man, that's a great answer.
Chance.
That's a great answer.
The most influential person I've ever did security for is Thelma from Good Times.
Thelma from Good Times?
Mm-hmm. I did security for Thelma from Good Times. That was
Who is the artist that you asked the question about one time? You said, who have I done security for? And it was like three answers. it was like Tip, Wayne, and you did security for Tip before?
Nah, me and Tip ain't never crossed paths.
You said Tip is on your bucket list though, or something like that.
That's just my just one of my favorite rappers. Tip Wayne, those are my favorite rappers of all time.
Who is the most famous artist you did security for? I know you said Thelma from Good Times is the most.
It would have to be her. Who more famous than her? Who more famous than Good Times?
Name some people that you done did security for.
Rapper wise,
just period.
Celebrity wise, Trey Songz. No, not Trey Songz. I'm sorry, August Alsina. Of course, Ja.
He big. I mean, he ain't bigger than her. He big, no.
He definitely big. And this was at his big time. August Alsina, Ja, of course. Being with Ja, I done really did.
So yeah, you just saying she the most famous, basically.
Well, no, not really. We did Jacquees, Trouble. I don't know, man. So you know what? I done been around so many celebrities now. I don't even count them for real. I don't even take pictures with them. I don't take pictures.
You better than me, my boy, because I be snapping it up.
Actually, me and Stamp just did security for Lil Nas X. We did security for Dirk.
That's wild.
We did security for Dirkio.
See, Dirk probably the most famous person you did security for.
I don't know. We did security for Jadakiss, Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon did.
That's what I'm saying. It's so many different levels.
Nick Cannon probably.
Nick Cannon. But see, would you put Nick Cannon over Thelma? From Good Times. Like, Good Times is...
yes.
Why? He's richer. He's not more famous.
My grandma know Nick Cannon and my son know Nick Cannon.
And you don't think your grandma know Thelma?
My son don't know her, though.
That's true. I can give you that. He is a household name.
Everybody know Nick Cannon right now.
Nick Cannon, Jadakiss.
Hey, you lit. You done did some shit, my boy. I don't know how the fuck you ain't fan out. Because I would have, like... I don't know.
You can't fan out.
And then you grew up here.
Yeah.
Like, you used to seeing celebrities
not
all
at all.
the time. You not?
Not at all. Like, it's different. It's definitely different, but
that's crazy.
But that's why I have to say my answer to the best person I did security for is Jock, is because he introduced me to that world to a point of you can't fan out.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta act like you've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
Now when I first when Luck first gave me Jock number about doing security at the venue, I called. I didn't even know. I'm thinking it's just a nigga named Jock he knows. It's really young Jock. So when I'm standing there in front of him, like, you gotta understand, I done actually crunk up fights with the song "Do You Bad." Like, I was there with. I actually was a Jock fan. You know, I'm from Atlanta, so one of my favorite songs of all time. And y'all, look, this is exclusive because I would never tell nobody this. One of my favorite songs, and he hate the song, but I love it. It's Coffee Shop.
I don't know if I heard that before.
First I took the order at the coffee shop.
Oh yeah, that's some bullshit.
Hey man, that was my song, man.
Hey man, shout out to Jock, man.
Hey man, I'm just being for real, So, he introduced me to a world to a point where you don't fan out. So, I done sat up there and kicked it in rooms with everybody,
See, I feel like I got to get to that point because I'm gonna be a famous interviewer one day, and I don't want to interview a nigga and fan out. Nigga gonna be like, "Hey, bro, I'm out of here."
Yeah, you don't want to fan out. Real. But yeah, that's my answer. Out of everybody, I feel like personally, I think the most famous is still Thelma. But if you say Nick Cannon, I can go for that.
All right. And the last question is to wrap it up. Do you have any hidden talent? Well, not that. What is your hidden talent?
But you know this answer.
I know.
So why would you even?
I know it. It ain't about me knowing. It's about the viewers. Shout out to all the viewers, man.
Well, for one, don't ask me to do it because he's not going to set me up.
But that was the kicker.
See, Drew think he's slick and he know I can rap. And
it wasn't that. I thought
or he can sing.
Yes.
One or the other.
That's the hidden talent. My boy can blow.
Well, you know what? Actually,
my boy can sing,
I
y'all.
was rapping before I was singing.
I know that too.
Yeah,
you used to be trying to rap my brother and shit. I remember that.
To this day, your brother still is asking me to get on songs with him.
Hey, I remember that. Shout out to my boy Nemo. He was in the lake too.
Rap, sing, dance. Anything music.
If I looked at you, I'd be like, okay, he might can rap. If I looked at you, I'd be like, he can't sing. That's what I mean by hidden talent.
I can only sing gospel music though. I can't just blow off every song just knowing the song.
I heard you before. Go.
Hey man.
Hey.
So that is my hidden talent. And I'm a numbers whiz.
Me too. That's ironic.
Yeah, I'm very good with numbers.
That's crazy. I got numbers in the back of my head. This shit just be like,
yeah.
Everything I see is numbers. When I drive, it's numbers. When I do everything, it's about calculation and numbers.
I'm definitely a math whiz, but besides that, yeah, those are my hidden talents. He set me up for that one. He thought I was gonna come up with
And shout out to my boy Nemo, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me.
Wrapping it up, man. The Conclusion I Drew podcast, man. Episode 3, man. Big Nemo, man. Beast Mode Security, man. Hire my boy, man.
Y'all already know, man. Eyes up.
You wanna know what's going on in the street? I'm telling you what's going on in the street. I'm one of them old folks. You know, when I want to know something, all the news and stuff, that stuff watered down. I want to know something. I turn Drew Conclusion right there on the podcast.